Hey guys, it's me again. I think we know by now that I'm Tabitha. This week I have had a lot of things being thrown at me. Some of them have really bummed me out, so I need a pick-me-up. The other night at work, a few of us were talking about food. I don't really remember how it came up, but somebody mentioned baloney. And as I always do when someone says the word baloney, as I have since I was a child, I whispered, fried baloney. No one got the reference. Do you even get the reference? It is a quote from one of my favorite childhood movies, Purple People Eater. Have you ever heard of that movie? Because no one I work with had ever heard of that movie. Thinking about the Purple People Eater made me think of all the other movies I loved as a kid. And I made a list. This is my list. I actually have the list. I wrote it down. Let's start with the aforementioned Purple People Eater. This movie was late 80s, early 90s, I think, and starred teeny tiny Neil Patrick Harris and teeny tiny little Dustin Diamond and Thora Birch when she was like 5 years old. Neil Patrick Harris and Dustin Diamond were in this little like pre-teen band, and this giant purple monster, Purple People Eater, came from space and heard them playing music and loved it so much that he wanted to join their band because his horn played jazz music. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Is this ringing a bell for anyone? Second on my list, Double Switch. Was kind of a Prince and the Pauper tale about a teenager who lives with a normal suburban family and a teenage rock star, and they look exactly alike. And they meet one night, I think at a concert, and decide, hey, I would love to have your life, and I would love to have your life. Let's switch! And then they switch, and of course, as it always does, it all goes crazy, and they're found out. That was one of my favorite movies because of the songs in it that I still, to this day, sometimes sing. All of those days, all of those prices paid, now on our way, now on the road we made, yeah. Back to the Future. Obviously, everyone's heard of this. If you haven't, you've been living under a rock for the last 30 years. I loved this movie because every day I would tell my parents, I want to watch Alex, because I was in love with Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties. Michael J. Fox was my dream man when I was 8 years old. Aladdin. Aladdin is the only cartoon character that I have ever thought was attractive. When it was in theaters, when I was a little girl, I wanted to go see it, and when we got to the theater, it was sold out, and we had to watch this stupid Muppet movie, and I was so mad that I cried through the whole movie. The Neverending Story, great one. Call my name, Sebastian. I've wanted a pet named Atreyu ever since. Mannequin? Mannequin, anyone? Mannequin is about a woman who, in ancient Egypt, she hated her life because her mother wanted her to marry this person who would make her rich, and she didn't want to marry him, so she prayed to the gods that she could be released from this oppression, and the gods put her into the body of a mannequin in 1980s New York, I think it was, and then this guy, Jonathan Switcher, Andrew McCarthy, if I was a teenager in the 80s, I would have been so in love with you. He is the window dresser for this floundering mall, and he meets this mannequin and thinks he's going crazy, and they make these amazing window dressings together and save them all, and they fall in love, and then in the end, she becomes a real girl. It's kind of like Pinocchio with mannequins. Last one on my list is West Side Story. I have loved that movie my entire life, and there's really nothing else I can say about it. Mostly I can't describe it because I'm running out of time because this is getting really, really long. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed my movies that I loved as a kid. What were your favorite movies that you loved as a kid? Let me know, leave me a comment, and have a great day. Bye everyone. Hello, hello.